We discuss one more problem on duality. It's problem number 3. So it is one more case. Let us observe the case. This is what the problem here, minimization of Z and constraints. There are 2 constraints are given here. So now you have to, using duality, you have to solve this LPP. So it is a minimization problem, hence it is going to be converted as into the dual LPP. So you consider this is a primal LPP. So now I am considering dual here. Dual linear programming problem I am considering here. So you see a little bit careful you see the coefficients of x1 here, like here no x2 here, and the first equation like that. So first of all, minimization function, it is going to be converted into maximization, and the zx, let you consider it is zx, and now z omega is equivalent to be z omega. It is going to be considered as right hand side constant matrix 4 and 3. So 4 omega 1 plus 3 omega 2. So there are 2 particular variables here are going to be considered. 2 constants, 2 variables here. Now we have to come to the part of the constraints, subject to the constraint. Subject to the constraint, the first constraints x1, you remember the coefficient of x1, 1 and 1 here, therefore omega 1 plus omega 2 greater than or equal to constraints, therefore it is less than or equal to, and here objective coefficient in the objective function is 1 into, so therefore it is 1. And similarly you consider the second one, there is no x2 here, and here is one particular x2. There is one particular x2, or okay. Here is one particular x2, therefore it you can consider as this is 0 plus 1 into omega 2. Yes, definitely. It is minus 1 into, here it is minus 1, the coefficient is minus 1. So minus omega 2, it is less than or equal to, here it is minus 1, it is minus 1. And similarly, come and consider the third one. To get the third equation, it is x3 here minus x3, so hence minus omega 1, and plus 2x3, that is 2 coefficient, and plus 2 into omega 2, it is less than or equal to, here is the coefficient is for x3 is 1. So these are the 3 constraints here, because 3 variables here, 3 constraints here, and for which you have to consider omega 1 comma omega 2, it is greater than or equal to 0. So this is what the dual LPP, this is what the dual LPP we have converted the primal into dual LPP, right? Now you have to solve this dual, and you have to give the solution of the primal. That is what the duality procedure, okay, by using duality means. Now enter into the solution, right? Solution of the dual LPP, maximization, okay, right hand side constants we have, that is one right hand side constants are, one particular constant is negative, minus 1. You see here, you observe here, then you have to convert as, you have to multiply entire equation by minus 1, and you have to convert this one as positive. So therefore, that is what I am writing first of all, only the constraint omega 2, it is greater than or equal to plus 1, minus omega 2, if you multiply with minus sign, plus omega 2 is less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to, minus 1 becomes plus 1. So minus omega 2 is greater than or equal to 1. First constraint as it is omega 1 plus omega 2, it is less than or equal to 1. Third constraint minus omega 1 plus 2 omega 2, it is less than or equal to 1. No change. Now what is required here? So now you have to, because 1 greater than or equal to constraint here, so therefore we have to introduce either bigger method or 2-phase method. We have to introduce use an particular artificial variable technique, and then you have to solve this particular procedure, solve this particular problem LPP, right? So therefore, first of all I am introducing slack and surplus variables whichever necessary. The next step, I am going to the next step, that is I am introducing slack and surplus variables, that is omega 1 plus omega 2 less than or equal to constraint, therefore slack variable, introduce slack variable plus omega 3 is equivalent to be 1, I am writing here. And similarly omega 2 minus omega 4, surplus variable, it is equivalent to be 1, equivalent to be 1. Next one, third constant, minus omega 1 plus 2 omega 2 plus omega 5, it is equivalent to be 1, because it is less than or equal to constant. So I have introduced the slack variable. So therefore I have introduced slack and surplus variables. I write here omega 3 comma omega 5 greater than or equal to 0, both are greater than or equal to 0, are slack variables, and omega 4, it is a surplus variable, it is also greater than or equal to 0, it is a surplus variable. So now you have to introduce artificial variable. Why? Because one greater than or equal to constant here, and it does not provide an initial basic feasible solution. That is, for a vector 0, minus 1, 0, it is not a vector in initial basic feasible solution. Therefore you have to introduce one artificial variable. That is what we have to write. This is plus omega 6 I am introducing, where omega 6 greater than or equal to 0, artificial variable. This is what the introduction of variables. You have to put the cost of this artificial variable as minus m if you use the big M method. I am using big M method, so therefore what I am writing the cost of the this particular vector as variable as minus m. Therefore I am writing modified objective function z omega, maximize z omega, it is equivalent to be objective function is 4 into omega 1 plus 3 into omega 2 plus 0 into omega 3 plus 0 into omega 4 plus 0 into omega 5 minus m into omega 6. Omega 3, 4, 5 are slack and surplus variables, and omega 6 is artificial variable. Therefore introduce minus m as the cost. So with this I stop here, and we have to write one more, that is initial basic feasible solution. What is initial basic feasible solution? Omega b is equal to, in the initial basic feasible solution we have 3 constants, therefore 3 variables, omega 3, that is 1, 0, 0, omega 6 then, and omega 5. Remember, it is not in order, it need not be in order. So that is very, very important, right? Which vector is 1, 0, 0, that is corresponding to that. If you observe here, this is y1, this is y2, this is y3, this is y4, this is y5, this is y6. If you observe here, y3, 1, 0, 0, that is corresponding to that, omega 3 is the variable, and y4 is not basis, y6, then 0, 1, 0, omega 6. And y7, y4, I am sorry, y5, 0, 0, 1. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, y3, y6, y5. Therefore omega 3, omega 6, omega 5. It is equivalent to be right hand side constants 1, 1, 1. So this is what initial basic feasible solution. You write in the first column of the simplex table. I have formulated the simplex table. First of all, I write the cost here, Cj, that is 4, 3, 0, y3, y4, y5, y6. So y3 0, y4 0, y5 0, y6 cost is minus m, right? So therefore this is what the picture, and now what you have to do is you have to enter the first of all initial basic feasible solution, that is 1, 1 and 1. This is what the omega b, and all y's I write first of all rights vector, the values, coefficients of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, etc. 1, 0, minus 1, and first one 1, 0, minus 1, yes. Second one, it is 1, 1, 2, it is 1, 1, 2, and then it is 1, 0, 0, obviously. Second, next one 0, minus 1, 0, and this is 0, 0, 1, y6 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, y6 is 0, 1, 0, yeah, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So therefore now you go and write the vectors in yb. What are the vectors in yb? Yb, the vectors, first one is 1, 0, 0, it is in y3, therefore y3, and then 0, 1, 0, it is y6, hence it is y6, and then 0, 0, 1, it is y5, therefore y5. So I explained many number of times, it is need not be in an order, y3, y6, y5, you need not be y3, y4, y5. Look, because here only you have to see y3 must be 1, 0, 0, y6 0, 1, 0, y5 0, 0, 1. That is the order. The order should be maintained here because it is a matrix. So y3 cost is 0, y5 cost, y6 cost is minus m, y5 cost is 0. This is what the first calculation of the first simplex table, and now you have to calculate the z omega and z minus c. Z omega 0 into 1 minus m into 1, that is minus m, 0 into 1 0, so minus m. The first calculation is minus m. Z minus c, the value of z minus c is 0 into 1 0, minus m into 0, 0 into minus 1 minus 4, and 0 into 1 minus m into 1 minus m, it is 0, minus m minus 3, so minus m minus 3. This is what the net evaluation for the second one. So distinguish very clearly. So then the next for the next vector I am considering the next vector. It is 0 0 0 minus 0, it's 0, and the next vector minus m into minus 1 plus m minus 0, and the next vector it is 0, and for the next vector minus m into 1 minus m minus of minus plus m 0. So obviously I have indicated many number of times which are the vectors in basis y3, y6, y5. The net evaluations must be 0. y3, y5, y6. The net evaluation must are 0 here. So no problem. Now you see here there are two negatives, minus 4, minus m, minus 3. Minus 4 is one negative, minus m minus 3 is one another negative. Because m is the highest quantity, minus m is highest penalty, therefore minus m minus 3 the corresponding vector which is introduced into the basis, which means y2 enters the basis, therefore obviously therefore y2 enters, that is what y2 enters. So what we have to do next, when y2 enters, what we have to do next? Next what we have to do is you have to observe the elements in y2, 1 1 2, all greater than or equal to 0, greater than 0 positive, all greater than 0 positive, therefore you have to calculate minimum ratio. So I am calculating minimum ratio in a single step. I am doing all. So 1 by 1 comma 1 by 1 and 1 by 2. So minimum ratio, there are two minimum ratios, 1 by 2, I am sorry, 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is 0.5, this is 1, therefore 0.5, 1 by 2 is the minimum ratio, 0.5. Corresponding element is 2, that is very important. Corresponding element it is 2. So which is the element here in the simplex table? It is 2, right? This is what the important step, that is the element is 2. The corresponding vector, that is corresponding vector is y5, therefore y5 leaves, y5 leaves. 2 is pivotal element and 2 is pivotal element. All the calculations I calculated here. 2 is pivotal element. All the elements, all the calculations. y2 enters, minimum ratio 1 by 2 corresponding to the element 2, and we have marked out, and this is what the pivotal element as well, and corresponding vector y5, the y5 leaves, and 2 is pivotal element. Now what we have to do in the simplex table, you have to enter into the simplex table 2, and there you have to make the changes as y5 leaves and y2 enters. y5 leaves and y2 enters. I am coming to the simplex table 2. That exactly we have this particular column, that is simplex table 2. We are in the simplex table 2. What are the changes are required in the simplex table 2? It is there y2 enters in the place of y5. Therefore here I am writing y2 enters. Remaining vectors as it is, y3 and y6. Remaining vectors as it is. The cost is going to be considered. What are the costs here? 4, 3, y2, y3 it is 0, y4, y5, y6. All the columns here 0, 0 and minus m. y3 cost is 0 and y6 cost is minus m. y2 cost is 3. These are the respective costs for the y3, y6 and y2. And then what you have to calculate, you have to consider pivotal element unity and remaining all elements 0. So here I am writing R1 dash, R2 dash, R3 dash. Okay, which was entered first? R3 dash, because the pivotal element is in the previous table, it is R3, in the R3. Now you see here I am writing here the elements of pivotal element rows, and I indicate rows first of all R1, R2 and R3. Now you observe here R3, in R3 the pivotal element is 2. You have to convert as 1. Therefore R3 divided by 2. Remaining two elements are 1 and 1. You have to convert as zeros. Right, so you have to convert the pivotal element 2 to unity, that is it is in R3. Therefore I am writing the operation here. You see the operation here, just I indicate the operation R3 dash. R3 dash is R3 divided by 2. R3 divided by 2, that's all. This is what the first operation. And for R1 dash is plus R1. I have indicated number of times R1, and you have to use R3 dash to multiply here. What is the element you have to convert as 0? It is 1. Therefore you multiply with minus 1. So minus 1 into R3 dash, which means minus R3 dash. Minus R3 dash plus R1. Next operation is R2 dash. We have to convert R2 dash. So for R2 dash, it is required to calculate plus R2. That is what the first operation I explained. And then what you have to do is you have to multiply with R3 dash to R3 dash. What is the element you have to convert as 0? It is 1. Therefore you multiply with minus 1 again. Minus 1 into R3 dash plus R2. Do this operation, this one and this one. What you will get if you do the R3 dash, R3 divided by 2, then first one, all the elements I am writing here, I am noting the values here, please kindly do the operations. R3 dash is R3 by 2, it is 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, and then 2 by 2, it is 1, and then it is 0, and again 0, next 1 by 2, and it is 0. So these are the elements here. Then the next, what are the elements for R1 dash? R1 dash operation I have shown here, minus 1 into R3 dash plus R1. Do R1 minus R3 dash, whatever it is, right? Write the elements and do the operations, and what you will get R1 dash. R1 dash is here 1 by 2. The elements here 3 by 2, 0, and it is 1, and it is 0. And y5, the elements minus 1 by 2 and 0. And then come to the calculate y6, that is R2 dash. R2 dash, the elements here, you all use the operation here. R2 dash is minus 1 into R3 dash plus R2. R2 minus R3 dash, right? If you do the operations, what you will get? It is 1 by 2 again, 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 again, and it is 0. And it is 0, it is minus 1, and it is minus 1 by 2, and it is 1. These are what the elements are there. You see the elements in Y3. Y3 it must be 1 0 0. Y3 must be 1 0 0. Yes, right. Y6 0 1 0. Y2 0 0 1. Right. So these are the calculations you have. And now you have to calculate after row operations. You have to calculate again Z omega. What is Z omega? Z omega, it is now, you see the calculation 0 into 1 by 2, minus m into 1 by 2, minus m by 2, minus m by 2, plus 3 into 1 by 2, plus 3 by 2. This is what the calculation of Z omega. And remaining net evaluations, I calculate net evaluation 0 into 3 by 2 for y1. 0 into 3 by 2, and 0 and minus m into 1 by 2, it is minus 1 by 2. It is minus 1 by 2, minus m by 2 plus 3 into minus 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2, minus of minus 4, minus 3 by 2, minus 3 by 2 plus 4, minus 3 by 2 minus 4, minus 4, minus 8 to minus 11 by 2, minus 11 by 2. So hence it is minus m by 2 minus 11 by 2. Okay, next one it is 0, next one it is 0, minus of minus m plus m, next one minus m by 2, minus m into minus 1 by 2 plus m by 2 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2, and it is 0. So this is what the calculations in which we have one negative again, minus m by 2 minus 11 by 2. So this is what the calculation here, and which one negative here and the net evaluations. Therefore it is going to be entered. Therefore y1 enters the basis. I am writing here. Therefore y1 enters wherefore y1 enters, and then what you have to calculate, you see, observe the ratios, elements 3 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. So for minus 1 by 2 you should not do the calculation. X be minimum ratio, it is to be calculated 3 by 2, 1 by 2, two positives, therefore you have to calculate minimum ratio. So minimum ratios are to be calculated, so therefore minimum of minimum ratios are 1 by 2 by 3 by 2, 1 by 2 by 3 by 2, comma 1 by 2 by 1 by 2, 1 by 2, it is equivalent to be 1 by 2 by 3 by 2, it is 3, 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 is 1, so therefore 1 by 2 by 3 by 2, oh yes, yes, it is 1 by 3, 2 will get cancelled, it is 1 by 3, it is 1, so 1 by 3 is the least element, that is minimum ratio 1 by 3, corresponding to the element it is 3 by 2, so 1 by 2 by 3 by 2 it is 1 by 3, 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 cancels, it is 1, so therefore this is minimum ratio 1 by 3, corresponding to element 3 by 2, 3 by 2 is where, which particular element it is 3 by 2 at first. So therefore corresponding to 3 by 2 we have the vector y3. So therefore y3 leaves, I am writing here, therefore y3 leaves, and 3 by 2 is pivotal element. 3 by 2 is pivotal element. 3 by 2 is pivotal element. So with this I stop here, and I do the remaining calculations in the next part. I hope you understand. There is we are at the end of the simplex table 2. Now we have to enter into the simplex table 3. So this is what I stop here, and so that we continue in the next part. Thank you very much.